All right, I'm going to plan my first main event to start episode 4. That sounds like a cool plan. Which fighter do we think is most worthy of a main event? Max Rice has given us some fun, but he's got a loss on his record. Steve Irvin. Andy Fitch is 4 0 with 4 wins. So, I think that would be the guy we'd put as the headliner. Wellington Daly. Wellington Daly. This might be a good fight. I don't like the thought of him losing to a guy with an 8-18 record. He's kind of got a long reach. Wow, we've already got a chance to set up a fight between two of our own fighters. Fitch versus Seals. I think Tony Seals wins that one. Let's keep Tony Fitch safe and give him a fight that isn't crazy. I tried to sign Randy Dale out of free agency. He's not available. Big middleweight. Good fighter. Definitely scared of him. Don't want Andy Fitch fighting him. I kind of like Khamis Aponji right here. Popular African fighter, Tanzanian. Maybe bring in some Tanzanian American fans to the fight. Have some Tanzanian dudes in the crowd. Hold this thing at the function room. No, let's look. See, we have all these venues all over the country now. Red Owl Boxing is just a cool name for a venue. I would like somewhere in New York though, but it's hard to find. I wish there was like a search function where you could search venues or search by city or both. The Hard Rock in Biloxi, of course. That's where we're doing this. New York Sports Complex, IFE 2,900. That's very cheap for a 2,000 seat venue. 20,000. No way. We're not doing 20,000 seats yet. But Tony Seals is also going to fight at middleweight. We could pull Wellington Daly out for this one. Wellington Daly, would you like to fight Tony Seals today? I think Daniel Newman is a nice matchup for him. Then we got Steve Irvin, Kid Silva. That's a cool name. This looks like kind of a good fight against Kid Silva. I don't know if it's too much of a challenge for Irvin. Don't even know how much I want to challenge Irvin right now. What is this extra ranking that Pedro Gonzalez has right here? Let's take a look. He's number 4 in the Ring Magazine super middleweight rankings, even though he just made his professional debut. I mean, we can pick this dude off. It's kind of tempting. Get a win over a guy who's ranked number 4 by the Ring Magazine, even though he hasn't fought professionally. That's probably a glitch. Gabriel McCreary really is the best fighter that we have, isn't he? Let's let him beat up on this poor innocent soul. Let's let him beat up on this poor innocent soul. What a cruel game. What a cruel game Boxing Manager is. Not for the faint of heart. Tenochtitlan Cruz. Isn't Tenochtitlan, isn't that Mexico City? Like the ancient Aztec name for Mexico City? Whatever. I mean, we can laugh at him. He's 6'9" with an 87-inch reach and 19 punch accuracy. He's 3-8. That just means there's probably a lot of awesome heavyweights out there. Peter Whitaker has 23 losses as a heavyweight, brother. Get your brain checked tomorrow. Get a CTE scan. Wait, they don't do that. I don't think they do CTE scans. 27 losses as a heavyweight isn't great. I mean, 8 losses as a heavyweight isn't great either. I'm just taking some time here because heavyweight fights, I don't know. He's going to have to fight some of these guys anyway. So you know what? Let's just put him up against Tenochtitlan Cruz, who's from Ogden, Utah, apparently. He's from Ogden, Utah, and he's named after the Aztec name for Mexico City. Okay. That makes all the sense in the world, game. Thank you. Brian Garcia versus Jermaine Ramos. Jermaine Ramos is good. I'm excited about him. We can give Max Rice this absolute setup and pump his record because we love Max Rice. That's why we're doing this. We're Max Rice simps around here. See, we're turning into a boxing promoter already. We're turning into a boxing manager already. Just singing the singing from the rafters, from the rooftops, the praises of a fighter who I know deep down in my heart is just actually kind of mid. That is the best test of being a boxing manager. It's like Eddie Hearn with Audley Harrison. How Eddie Hearn literally cut his teeth as a boxing manager. He's now one of the biggest boxing managers on the planet, if not the biggest. And he basically made his name. We're going to do this fight just because it looks fun. Give Anthony Rios a nice test. up here at cruiserweight. I don't know. Do we want to do that? Yeah, we do. I don't know if Rios really has the potential to go undefeated. So, and he's a big dude. You know what? This guy's not even that much further down the rankings, and we're just gonna whoop him. Yeah, we're gonna whoop this guy. Let's just fight this guy. Why not? See, it's Boxing Manager. Anyway, like Ollie Harrison was a kind of very average. I think maybe he was still a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight or something. But he had a dream of being a heavyweight champion. And Eddie Hearn was like, "I'll make you a heavyweight champion in 4 fights." And he got him a fight against David Haye at Wembley. And Harrison looked pretty good in the few fights leading up to it, but he went out against we forgot to do the Yusupov fight. I'm sorry, guys. But Yusupov gets a knockout since 37-0, still the super middleweight champion. Let's see when the next big fights are. We have Ricardo Martinez versus Alan Pena. Let me finish that story I was telling. Ollie Harrison looked good in the fights going up to the Haye fight, but then when it came time for the night of the Haye fight at Wembley, the stage was clearly just too big for Harrison. He really didn't show up. Fought a boring fight. I believe got knocked out by Haye. But either way, it was not a good performance by Harrison, and it didn't necessarily reflect well on him. But in the long term, it ended up reflecting very well on his promoter, Eddie Hearn, that he was able to get this, honestly not top level boxer, this insane world heavyweight title opportunity in a giant stadium out of, essentially out of irrelevancy. Yeah, he entered him in a tournament called the Prize Fighter Tournament, and he went on a run in that tournament. It was only 3-round fights, but he got 2 knockouts, and then he had a 12-round fight for the European heavyweight title against a fighter named Michael Sprott, which he won in the 12th round by a KO. And then he got KO'd in 3 rounds at Wembley by David Haye. He also was knocked out in the first round by Deontay Wilder in 2013. But he made Eddie Hearn's name because people were very impressed that Eddie Hearn was able to actually get this guy up to a big stage. So it's an interesting boxing story. And both David Haye and Audley Harrison are very interesting fighters to find more about. David Haye especially. David Haye is very controversial. Big British boxing figure, heavyweight of recent history. Can Ed Monahan fight? He can fight. Really want that ring IQ to not be awful. Let's just make him a fight here. Joette Holmes. We cut Joette Holmes, right? We can get an easy win off Joette Holmes. You know what? Yeah. Sure. Let's just have him beat up Joette Holmes. That's kind of funny. We cut Joette Holmes, and now we're just going to have our other fighter go and beat up on him. Alan Pena beats Ricardo Martinez. I keep forgetting to watch these fights, guys. I'm sorry. But Alan Pena, we said before in his last fight that he was a special fighter. And let's not miss this one here on August 10th. Let's make sure that we lock in, because this is the biggest fight of the save so far. This is unified bantamweight title. We can watch this one next week. If we're in the mood to watch fights. We're going to get the Molinar fight first. Okay, good. One second. Let me see. Who was that guy that he just fought? Let's see. Alan Pena. Ricardo Martinez. He's only not the WBA champion. He's almost the first undisputed champion of the save. Ricardo Martinez. Man, that is a good fight. We should have watched that one. Those are 2 good fighters. And it is Pena who comes out on top, like we said last episode. He's special. He is a special fighter. As we scroll through all the champions here, just let you guys see the rest of them. I wish they were all in order. I don't know what it's actually in order of. Look at Willem Sabu. Crazy what 20 punching power can do to you, man. You get a shot and you get a KO first round. He's only got 11,000 fans, but he just KO1, Darnell Cruz, the strawweight champion. I guess this guy was the strawweight champion. He doesn't look 22 and 15. All right. 132 fans. I mean, strawweight doesn't tend to draw, but that's still kind of nuts now. Rafael Sanchez Lopez. All right, so we're going to do Divaca versus Sanchez Lopez. This is going to be a banger. Well, let's see. Actually, I kind of think Jesus Alberto Ramos is the best matchup for Divaca in that I'm saying he is by far the worst fighter here. So let's do that one instead. Let's give Divaca an easy opponent because this is Boxing Manager. Oh, we just skipped that bantamweight fight. I keep skipping the fights. I promise you guys I'm going to get you this Molinar fight. I promise I'm going to get you this Molinar fight. What happened in that one? We're never going to know. We're never going to know. It was bantamweight something, right? Was it super bantam? I don't know. Wait, maybe it was Elias Benitez. I think it was. Or can we check here? Wait. 3rd of August. There we go. Unanimous decision. Win for Elias Benitez. I got you guys. Don't worry about it. All right. Martinez versus Molinar. This might be the first one I bet on. What a banger of a fight, man. Whew. The Virgin Islands versus Mexico. The Virgin Islands versus Mexico. I wonder where Molinar's fan base is from. We'll never know. It's not real life, unfortunately, but I wonder where Molinar's fan base is. Boxer Puncher 19 versus Brawler 20. Molinar 6'3" with an 83.1 inch reach. Martinez 6'0" with a 78.7. We are going to watch this fight in normal time. That's how big of a fight this is. It's not even either of our fighters, and it's such a big fight, I'm going to watch it in normal time. Molinar is a big favorite. Is this Molinar by KO, Molinar by points? Molinar by TKO is the favorite outcome. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Let's see, though. First power punch is landed by Molinar. Martinez, big body shot, but Molinar answers right back. Here comes Martinez. Pretty even affair here so far. Molinar sticking that jab. Molinar is favored as the superior boxer in this match by the experts. 12-6. 2-1 for Molinar. Big shot. Yeah, that is a Molinar round. I mean, just look at this. Neither fighter has a great gas tank. But Molinar doesn't have the biggest defense. Now Martinez doesn't have as much power. But Molinar is known to just go forward. He's an aggressive fighter. He's a pressure fighter. Can you imagine how entertaining he must be to watch? Just an attacking light heavyweight with all that power, no accuracy, man. He's just swinging. Huge chin. He gets up off the canvas, too. You can knock him down and get right back up. It's another even round, man. These guys are going at it. This is going to be a war. And it might not be. Martinez has gotten a lot of damage on him already. If it's a war, it's going to be a short war. But here comes Martinez battling back to end the round. Big shot to the body. Big shot to the head. And Martinez is the more tired fighter, but he just racked up a round there. They said very little between the fighters in that round. I disagree. I think Martinez clearly won that round. I think this is a 1-1 fight. Molinar's taking lead, and he's really damaging Martinez up at 64%, but Martinez is coming back. Standing in the middle of the ring, but it's Molinar landing the big power shots. He does have that power advantage. His accuracy isn't good, but you couldn't tell right now. Martinez is on the brink. He's going to have to box. He's going to have to move. He's going to have to protect himself. That's a big round for Molinar. Martinez gives him a slap at the end of the round, but his energy is significantly depleted, and he's going to have to use what he's got left, but he's probably going to have to take a round here and just not take big shots, but he continues to take big shots. He's got blood coming from his nose. 2 minutes left. He's already at 80%. This isn't good. Molinar is on the attack. He's pressuring like he does. Martinez is sitting back and trying to counterpunch. Does he have it in him? Teddy Molinar, the hero of the Virgin Islands. 40 seconds left. Another big shot. They're going crazy in St. Croix. 66-16. Molinar lighting up Oscar Martinez, doing everything he can to counterpunch. But he just can't take the initiative against a fighter like Molinar. All that power, the ability to throw all those shots. Martinez still with the nosebleed. And it's a knockdown for Molinar. Hardly surprising at this point. He's been battering Martinez for 3 rounds now. And Martinez will not be responding to the count of the bell. If you bet on a TKO, you lost your money. It would have been smart on that 5-1 odds of a knockout, and that is what happened. Teddy Molinar in the 5th round, halfway through the 5th round, just battered Martinez for 2 rounds here. Martinez tried to counterpunch, but Molinar figured it out and just kept sniping, kept throwing. And those big power shots and all that aggression and all that ring IQ, it just adds up. And he won the side of the power shots. Martinez, I think he really suffers from that 11 in punch accuracy. I think if he had better punch accuracy, he would have been a lot more able to counterpunch the pressure fighter in Molinar. But he wasn't able to counterpunch him well enough. And Molinar having the reach and the height advantage really didn't help either. Yeah, Molinar is an impressive fighter, and that was a fun fight. Let's make Irving Fitch a fight. Lucius Sosa, Marcus Dradar. Wow, Travis Zabowski is absolutely awful. Let's just put a win on Fitch's record against him. I mean, yeah. Our only 3 choices are fighters with losing records. Man, look at that. Our MC Promotions gym has a record of 28-2-2. Cottrell versus Yusupov. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's a 3-belt, super middleweight fight. That's going to be one. I don't know if that's the best opponent for Yusupov. But he's big stamina guy, big power guy. It could be fun. I think Yusupov's going to cover that off, though. I think Yusupov's going to win that fight. Rosa versus Mesa. Is this for every single one? This looks like it's for undisputed. Miguel Mesa's a very good fighter, but Rosa, I mean, this is going to be a banger of a matchup. Oh, yeah, we were talking about it last episode. Yeah, this is the Dominican versus Mexico fight. When is this? September 21st. And you got Sardar Yusupov against Raza Turley, who's a nasty fighter out of Scotland. This guy is, woof. Man, this thing's only for 2 belts. What a fight for only 2 belts on the 14th of September. Johnny Donovan fighting a Moldovan. This is going to be another great fight. Lots of great championship fights coming up. I'm excited. This one's for 3 belts. I don't know much about Muratov, though. And Thomas Chikwate, we'll probably know more about him because this guy looks insane. This guy looks like one of the best fighters on the planet. Mexico realistically producing a ridiculous amount of amazing fighters. That is very realistic. And here we go. It's Andy Fitch versus Hamas Impanji. Apologies. And we're going to go back to fast. Whoops. We are going to go back to fast. Darter versus Kusnyer. Yeah, Darter versus Kusnyer. James Darter. Oh, yeah, he's the guy we signed from New Jersey. That's right, last episode. Okay, let's see what he's got. Apparently he's 1-0. He might have been 1-0 when we signed him. Power shots from Darter. Kusner's got some weight in his hands, but Darter's landing more. I think Darter won that round. Shots at the end from Kusner. You might give it to him. He had more power shots. He might have had he didn't have the ring control, and I'll give that round to Darter. We're not going to overanalyze the 6-rounder. Darter's getting cut because he's taking big shots from Kusner. Kusner's not messing around in there. He's throwing big shots, and he's controlling this round. I think this might be a jab and move type of situation because we can outbox him. But we're landing power shots too. We're landing power shots right back, but we lost that round. Let's jab and move and see if that works. Because again, I just think we're a better boxer than he is. Well, if you don't jab, if you just move and don't jab, then what are you expecting? Pretty slow round. He catches us a couple times. I think I might need to go to the body here in round 4. I very commonly go to the body in round 4, especially after we won that round. That was a nice round by Darter with the stick and move. Again, we can outbox him. I don't know about go to the body. He might be able to land some big shots. He's been landing more big shots the whole fight. Yeah. Well, when we say go to the body, you have to actually go to the body. You have to actually throw the punches. Man, he did not like that. That was not a good instruction. All right. It's going to be like taking the training wheels off when we go to natural style. Let's just let him. He's down at 12%, but let's let him actually use it. He lands the first power shot. That's good. 5 power shots, 7. See, when they're low on energy, they like to start throwing. But now Kusnaier's throwing, and he gets right back even. Actually gets back in the lead of the round. Come on. We're just not doing anything. It's like he expended all his energy, and then it was just gone. This isn't a good fight by Darter. That go to the body instruction completely cooked us. We've been terrible ever since then. And now we have no energy. I don't know what to do. Maybe cover up. This could be a cover-up situation because he's going to come at us anyway. And I feel like when we're a better boxer, we have an okay chance of landing some counter punches, but Darter isn't landing big punches in this fight. That's sort of the problem. We've been getting out-hit with power shots the entire fight. We were the first one to take damage, too, and now he's damaging us. He might get a knockout here. If Darter gets knocked out by this guy, we're cutting him. He definitely lost that fight. It was a bad start to the night for us. That go to the body call was not correct. And we bring in this random dude from Slovenia, and now he's going to be partying it up in New York City because he just beat our guy. And now it's Rios against a 4-18 fighter from Bulgaria. He's 3-0. You're from Bridgeport, man. Show a little pride. I don't know if I'm going to keep that dude that just lost. I think that was a pretty damning defeat. I don't know how much of a future that guy has with us, to be honest. Man, big round. I know that Rios has a future with us. Big round. Nice. 25, 4 power shots. He's just whooping this guy. That was a 10-8. That was a 10-8 without a knockdown. I don't even care. Pile on. Why is this 10 rounds? It's not going to go 10 rounds. Still walloping him. Giving him an old walloping. Imagine if I did every single round like an old-timey boxing announcer. Oh, and he's landed on him. The ref's seen enough and he's stopped it. It's a win for Anthony Rios, the beast from Bridgeport. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 6'5". 82-inch reach, 20 chin, 17 aggression. I like Rios. He's just not a great puncher, and he doesn't have good defense. Those are 2 pretty big drawbacks. Here comes Max Rice, your favorite fighter, my favorite fighter. From Bridgewater. From water under the bridge. Even first round here. Kamasi breaks his left hand. Man, you're 1-13. You come out there and then you break your hand in the first round. Just can't catch a break, huh? Pretty boring first round. Other guy broke his hand. I would like it if Max Rice could show off a little bit, but I don't know if Max Rice really has it in him to show off. He's just average. At least right now. He needs more wins and more XP. We're doubling him up on punches right now as we head into round 10. I don't know why this is a 10-rounder either. It's a super flyweight fight between a guy who's 2-1 and a guy who's 1-13. Why can't it just be 6 rounds? Why is it not just a 6-rounder? I mean, we're whooping him. It's not going to go 6 rounds. We're going to put it in the pile on pressure and finish this thing in the next round. Might even go on faster. I feel like 10 rounds of this is a little goofy. Let's see if pile on pressure works. I'd be surprised if anything else happens than a KO. Wow, he's still not knocked out. We knocked him down, and he got up at the count of 3. We're outstriking him 56-19. Let's see if it ends in this round. It does. 43 seconds left in round 5, and Max Rice has a knockout. That'll get him some XP, get him growing. See, he's. You can just see the potential, though. I mean, if what are you playing sports manager games if you don't see that and you just want to fill in all those green bars, right? You just want to fill in every green bar. That's what we're trying to do with Max Rice. Ooh, big round for Ramos. Let's scale this back to fast. Let's put it on pile-on pressure. Sorry, first 2 rounds just flew by, but we're winning. Take a lot of the subtlety out of the fight when you put it on very fast, though. Yeah, but we're beating this guy up. There wasn't much subtlety to this fight to begin with. It's another ass whooping. As Jermaine Ramos is just putting the absolute beat down on this dude. And he gets knocked down. What the hell is that? Are you going to get up? Wow, he's actually going to get KO'd right now. Ooh, he gets up at 9. Well, this is a fight now. This is a fight now. You just lost that round out of nowhere, huh? Let's cover up real quick. Let's cover up. I don't want that to happen again. And we've got a couple rounds in the bag. And we've got 50% energy, so we can still land good punches, counter punching. And we're a better boxer. There's a lot of reasons to cover up. But this guy's still on the attack. We're still damaging him, too. Very, very close round. Let's go back to natural style and just let it dictate. I doubt he knocks us down again. But Brian Garcia did not show up to play. He's not a terrible fighter. He's pretty average, but an average fighter can make a good fight. As Ramos gets a knockdown here in round 5, but Garcia gets back up. The count of 4, but we get a knockdown to counter his knockdown. And that's big for scoring. If they gave him that, a 10-8, a 10-8 for the round he had the knockdown, they got to give us a 10-8 for that one. Because we won that round clean. I put it on pile-on pressure. You have to pile on pressure, man. You can't just sit there and take power shots. Nice, nice, nice. Pile it on, pile it on. Pile it on. Go. Well, we don't get the KO. I wanted the KO, but that's a clean win for Jermaine Ramos. Very good fight. Surprise knockdown, but he weathered the storm and got through it. That's a big thing for a young fighter. And it's Castro versus Tenochtitlan. This could be a fun one. Because this guy's got accuracy. 1 ring IQ and 19 punch accuracy is such a funny combination to me. 10-round heavyweight scrap. If he's got bad defense and we've got good power, I'll look for KO. No, I'm not going to do that. He is 6'9", 87.1 inches, so it would be advisable to probably try to get inside and go to the body at some point here against a much larger man, instead of letting him combo off on us to start the fight, which I never understand why we do that. Like, it's a heavyweight fight. Cottrell breaks his left hand, then use your right one. Not a good first round for us. We're getting damaged. Sometimes I really am tempted to go to the body in the second round against these big heavyweights. Are we? We're not jab and move qualified either because he's got more punch accuracy. I feel like look for KO might get some use here at some point. Cover up might be smart right now because I really don't want to take more damage. I know that's really conservative, but I feel like he's going to keep trying to knock us out. It's round 2 of a heavyweight fight. We might as well just completely counterpunch. I mean, it's at least slowing it down and allowing us to recover a little bit. He won that round too. I think now is a smart time to go to the body. If we keep it tactical and we keep his stamina down, we have a chance to come in and sneak in and get the KO. Power shots landing, yeah. We've got big ring control in this round. We're getting up in his gut and landing punches to the body for sure. More punches. Big round for Cottrell. I think we might stay there until he figures it out. His ring IQ just can't handle the idea of me just putting him up against the ropes and just banging him in the fucking kidney. He doesn't have any answer to that. He doesn't have any answer to just good old-fashioned body work. Body work is what wins fights, he said, as it stops working and he comes back and steals the round from me. So we're going to go back to natural style, and this is slowly becoming a very interesting fight here tactically. We're not very damaged though, right? The go to the body, the staying inside. We're staying outside of his power shot range, at least mostly. Now he's landing power shots because we're back to normal. We need to find a way to land on him. And we need to find a time to use this look for KO. Because we need to actually... do we have more aggression than him? It's even. We have a better chin, punch accuracy. And yeah, once again, he doesn't have a lot of power, and I think that's why go to the body is smart. I think we should save go to the body for one more round. I'm going to stay at natural style, and we'll keep a go to the body in our back pocket and try to tire him out. But even engagement here in round 6. There's a knockdown. Cottrell knocks down Cruz. And he's not getting up. There we go. Cottrell gets a KO. Kind of out of nowhere, but again, he didn't have his left hand, so he used his right one. And he used his right one to full effect there in the 6th. And the punch power does come out to play. Finally gets a 3 power punch round, I think. He didn't have 3 power punches in any round before that. Yeah, no, sir. He gets a 3 power punch round, and that's too much for Cruz. And that was supposed to be an easy opponent, but that was a better opponent than his record suggested. And now McCreary's got what should be a setup that we're going to put on fastest, because if he doesn't win this, I don't know what to say. Even first round. Kind of worried. All right, now. All right, McCreary. Let's go to the body. Okay. Good. Pile on pressure. Whooped his ass going to the body. Blood from his nose. Cut under his eye. 28 punches to 2. That was just an ass whooping for that round. And McCreary finishes him off. See, I told you. I told you that was an easy one. Triple them up on punches. That was a beatdown. Throw the damn towel. Throw the damn towel. Irvin versus Gonzalez. Irvin is funny. He's an absolute psychopath. He punches like Mike Tyson, but he's got no aggression and no chin. The no aggression is what makes it funny. He's such a great puncher, but he's not aggressive. And he's going up against Pedro Gonzalez, who's making his debut. Smart fighter out of Havana. First round knockdown. Up at the count of 4. It says very little between the fighters in that round. If you don't think Irvin won that with that knockdown, I don't know what to tell you. Round 2. Another close round. Let's go to the body. Try to tire him out here in round 3. That didn't work. I feel like go to the body screws us sometimes. Natural style. Big round for Irvin. Let's stay natural style. All right. This is going to be a fun last round because it's a close fight. We're going to go pile on pressure and fast. Let you guys watch it. Oh, yeah, there's a big knockdown for Irvin. Is that going to be it? Gonzalez was already tired. He gets up at the count of 9, but he's back on the ropes. The ref's looking at it. Is he going to stop it? Is he going to stop it? Is Gonzalez even going to see the bell? Yes. 57, 50, 55, 58, 54, and 57, 55 for the winner by unanimous decision. And correct unanimous decision. Stephen Irvin. I think I called him Irwin before, but it is Irvin. Seals versus Daniel Newman, the co-main. And we are definitely going to be fastest through this because this is a lopsided one. Daniel Newman, too. Kind of a gimme. Oof. First round TKO. Outstanding up. Knocked him down. He got up at 8. Got right back on him. He only landed 3 punches in the whole fight. We had 3 power punches. And we made him count. Fitch versus Hamas Mpunji. This is another lopsided fight. It is the main event, so we'll go fast. It could be a war. It could be engaging. Good first round, even first round. Both fighters landing power shots. Andy Fitch outlanding. He's the headliner for a reason. He gets a knockdown on Imponji. Is he getting up? Ooh, up at the count of 9. Lots of getting up at the count of 9 this episode. And there is the TKO for your winner, Andy Fitch from Baltimore, Maryland. I keep trying to come up with nicknames off the cuff, but we're not going to do that. We're going to be smarter than that. We're going to come up with cool, fun nicknames. If you guys have any idea for any nickname for any of these fighters, feel very free to shout it out at any point. But Andy Fitch, the skillful brawler with appropriately mid defense and intelligence, you like to see that. You like to see it. That's good for entertainment and him being a southpaw. This is a very fun middleweight that we've got in Andy Fitch, and we're going to give him an 8-fight deal. How does that sound? Jermaine Ramos has also been very impressive. He doesn't want to renegotiate. I guess we can give him some wins and just do the best we can. Does Max Rice want to renegotiate? He does. Let's give him a 5-fight, not a 6-fight. He hasn't really proven himself worthy of a 6-fight yet. He did take an L, but he's pretty good. He's pretty fun, too. I like Max Rice. If you have fun fights, you have fun fights, man. There's nothing else I can say. If you have fun fights, you have fun fights. Reputation can be very, very earned in this game. Lots of one-belt fights this week. Marco Antonio Reyes versus Sung-Min Cha. This is a banger right here for strawweights. Antonio Reyes versus Sung-Min Cha. I think it's from South Korea. Well, let's go to it. Is this fight this week? No, middleweight title fight. This looks like next week, I think. Yes. So let's watch Antonio Reyes versus Cha. Let's do it on fastest until it gets close. We don't know too much about either of these fighters. But Antonio Reyes, he's very smart and a good defensive, slick fighter, but low stamina and a short reach. Big first round for Cha. Yeah, I gotta like Cha on this one. Cha's doing a lot more damage to Reyes. Reyes can't do back. That was a very one-sided affair. Sung-Min Cha definitely proved himself the better fighter. Maybe the best strawweight on the planet. I can't believe Jermaine Ramos doesn't want to re-sign. That is frustrating. I'd like to keep him. He's a very good fighter. And we do not have a lot of money right now. It's 24,000. We'll keep an eye on that. Main event. I think the main events are probably just expensive. Let's stick with the showcases for now. Let's do the sports complex. And let's try to sell some fights. Oof. That'd be a... Can you imagine getting Fitch against some of these real dudes? We're starting to get up there in the rankings with Fitch. This would be a fight against Carlos Ron, but I don't really feel like handing him a loss right now. If there's a more even opponent for Andy Fitch. No. Urbano y Juarez. Another great name. 3 fighters here we'd probably beat. This guy's a bad record and he's a little dangerous, so I don't like that one at all. This guy's 0-2. I don't know who'd show up for this. This guy's on his pro debut and he's really good. Soria is really good. Like, why can't we find a fight here? Dwayne Judah? Dwayne Judah's got a cool name. I feel like people will show up if we have him fight Dwayne Judah. And low-key, kind of the only winnable fight. Brendan Carbajal. I feel like this will be an okay fight. This will be kind of an okay fight, and it's not utterly shameful in terms of how much of a setup it is. I'll be a little impressed if he wins it for sure. Danny Snow, that's a really good fighter. Fernando Aparicio versus David Flores. This is low-key kind of going to be the main event. That is low-key kind of going to be the real main event. And you know what? Let's schedule Dwayne Judah. Let's put him up against Tony Seals. Let's give Tony Seals an easy one. Tony Seals is another very impressive fighter on our roster. Nikosanathi Tona. That is a utter gimme. That's not a very good fighter. Jermaine Ramos, that's our guy. Rutilo Chavez. I mean, that's a banger of a fight. We could schedule it just to have it be an absolute banger. I mean, like, if you want high-level fight, this is like low-key a like world championship level fight. These dudes could easily both be fighting for the championship of the world, and we're just throwing them on this showcase of boxing talent undercard. Let's do it. Let's do it for the love of chaos. Let's give Jermaine Ramos an easy win. I don't know what he's complaining about. Let's just give him an easy win. Anthony Rios, he just had that tough fight. Let's give him an easy win too. And Max Rice can just fight some random dude on the undercard. Jorge Cruz, Edgar Gonzalez, no. Yeah, I guess we do kind of have to give him a gimme. There's nothing else really here for us but gimmies. Hector Garcia. It's kind of a good fight and he's high ranking, so let's do that too. Nice. All right, bet. Man, look at our gym. 35-2-2 with 22 KOs. Oh, wait, we missed this fight. Muratov versus Shakut. Wow. Muratov beat Shakut. That's very impressive. I keep missing these title fights. It's hard to keep up with all of them. I would guess that's going to keep happening, but you know what? We have Markov versus Donovan. Disappointing to miss that one, though. I was very excited about that challenger, but he didn't pull it off. Wait, let's see here. Results. Here, Muratov. Bro, fights. There. Muratov versus Chikwate. Round 7 TKO for Muratov. Yeah, I guess we would. It sucks. We just didn't watch the fight. Because, I guess we would have had to have seen the fight to see what possibly could go wrong with this guy. Because this guy just seems like he's got it everywhere. I mean, ring IQ 13. That could be Muratov is a much smarter fighter. With low aggression. But also low defense. But the low aggression and low defense combination, I mean, surely you make up for a little bit of your lack of defense with your lack of aggression, no? Interesting that Muratov is self-promoted also. Kind of crazy. Doesn't have a promoter. Cottrell doesn't have a fight. That's funny. John Jacobs, dude, you have 34 losses as a heavyweight. Are you good? Are you okay? How many words can you say in a row? Like, just in general, how many can you get out, like, in a row competently before you, like, mess up in some kind of manner? Do you have clear brain damage? Is what I'm trying to say. Are you showing evident signs of head trauma? Wow, that was a boring round. Are we serious? Are you being real? 3-1? That's more like it. 8-round fight, which is interesting. Fitch, go to the body, bro. Go to the body, bro. Yo, if there's a fighting minigame in GTA 6, I mean, there's gonna be. There's gonna be. They basically showed it in the trailer. It's gonna be crazy. There's actually a fighting minigame. It's going to be so nuts. It's going to get so many kids into fighting. And hopefully not the bad kind of fighting. The good kind of fighting where you actually like dedicate yourself to something and train. Bang. Big win for Fitch. Irvin Fitch. A left hand injury, so he's going to be out for a while. That was a nice win. And we've got Markov versus Donovan to watch. Place your bets. You got to love Johnny Donovan, but, you know, kind of fighter. He's got some holes in his game, holes in his defense, not a lot of punch power. Kind of guy you might expect to see get defeated at some point. 9 knockouts on that undefeated record. What an interesting fighter, though, Johnny Donovan is. What a badass. What a badass. Markov just got in the ring with him and just like, what? Didn't even throw a punch. Johnny Donovan moves so different. You don't even throw a punch at the man. 0 punches landed. He just gets a knockdown like almost immediately despite having no power. This man is a waif. This man is a badass. Dude, Markov's got no idea what to do in there. There, he's finally starting to find it. Now it's even. Donovan still pulls forward in that round to IMO. It's another round for Donovan. Another round for Donovan. He's better than you, bro. He's just that little click better than you, Markov. Man. Dude, whatever they mixed in that pot to make Donovan, right ingredients. At 0%, Markov is finally winning rounds. Nah. Donovan pushes him back. Big round full of power punches there, too, though. Donovan breaks his left hand. Markov's got a big cut in his forehead. Let's see what happens in the last round. It's another banger of a round, but that's a big UD win for Donovan. Wow, one judge saw it pretty close. One judge liked the work Markov was doing, but nah. It's a big lopsided win for Donovan. It's just funny that one judge had it 115, 112, yeah. Yusupov versus Turley is going to be nuts next week. That's going to be a crazy fight next week. And then Rosa versus Meza the week after that. And we don't have any fights coming out. We do have one. And Monahan has a fight. But we're going to do the title fight before that one. I definitely care more about the title fight here between Yusupov and Turley. Because Turley, what an interesting fighter out of Scotland. Scotland! Arbroath. Arbroath have that's a soccer team with a cool logo, man. If you ever gotten into Football Manager and like soccer and all the teams in the soccer pyramid, Arbroath has such a sick logo. That's definitely one of the cooler logos in British soccer. And Turley kind of taking it to him. This has been a scrap. I haven't really been commentating it. Yusupov got the first round on him, but Turley is taking round after round after round here. I think a lot of people are thinking Yusupov's getting fraud checked here, undefeated Eastern European fighter, but a much more famous brother. That's the story we're going with here. He's in his brother's shadow right now, and Turley's beating the crap out of him. People are saying he's getting fraud checked, and Turley keep going at him. Yusupov's taking real heavy damage. Yusupov comes back with a big round, batters Turley. Wait, let's go to fast here. We gotta watch this. Turley's at 94%. He's real damaged. Yusupov doesn't have a lot of damage on him. Yusupov's got to use this into this energy and try to get Turley out of here because he's down on the scorecards. Big moments in Yusupov's career here. Everyone's saying he was fake. Everyone's saying he was a phony. Can he deliver the KO? He does. Sardar Yusupov. And still. What a job there to finish it off. Ali-like the rumble in the jungle. Getting his opponent tired of those big power shots in round 6. That one big power punch in round 6 that started to tire out Turley. And then he came in and finished the job in round 8. That was a classic. That was a classic title fight right there. What that was. And now it's time for 1-1. Ed Monahan to fight Joet Holmes. Nah, we're keeping it on fast for this one. This is about to be a stone cold classic. Two of the best fighters in the game. I'm testing your guys' sarcasm sensors. Are they working? Good. Good, because these guys both suck. Man, they're going to war, though. They're going to war, though. Listen, it's a barroom brawl. It's a back alley blitz out there. Come on now. They're going at each other. This thing's a Donnybrook. There's a right Donnybrook between Monahan and Holmes. From Boston and Jackson, Mississippi. Joet Holmes is terrible. 1 ring IQ. I mean, we saw it. 1 ring IQ versus 4 ring IQ. They're just going to stand in front of each other and trade. Ooh, knockdown for Monahan. Come on, Holmes. Get up. Get up, Joet. Let's go. We're still fighting. Not for long. This is going to be a TKO. Round 2 TKO. That was way too much of a scrap to not end fast. So Monahan's just got a little more boxing talent than Holmes does. Holmes really didn't show up for that second round. Kind of got whipped. Let's go, Monahan 5-fight deal. Do I really want to give him a 5-fight deal? I'm going to give him a 3-fight deal. He's not that good. He's got XP. We can level up his defense. That's about all we can do. Let's give him a 3-fight contract, not a 5-fight. He's not good enough for a 5-fight. And he's from Boston. All right. I almost forgot Rosa versus Meza, but I wouldn't do that to you guys. Man, Mesa's such a great fighter, but it looks like Rose has got something on him. Oh no, it's one more week. It's one more week. Sorry, guys. This is a close one. This is gonna be a close one. We made $3,000. Molinar against #1 challenger John Pazzi. Not that good. Current African champion. He's not that good. He's got big box off. It's probably how he got the title shot. That's disappointing. I'd expect Molinar to take care of that guy real quick. I mean, he needs a fight off probably after that big Martinez bout. That was tough. What do you mean I skipped through it? That one ticks me off. I guess. It's easy to click the big green button. But you know what? There's going to be a trillion title fights. Let me see. Can I go to news, please? Jesus. News. There we go. Here we go. View result. Well, I mean, Rosa was a KO over Mesa, but that's what I was saying. I mean, Rosa looks like he has something on Mesa. He's a southpaw with 20 power. He's a better fighter than Mesa. I mean, that's what happened. That's why he got a third round KO. So some people will probably say Mesa got fraud checked. I'd say he's a really good fighter. I think Rosa's probably the best in the world. And once again, he only doesn't have that IBF belt. And another time, it's a fighter. The only belt they don't have is the IBF. But Victor Corliss here from Carlsbad, New Mexico. That'd be a pretty nice fight if they could set it up. That'd be a pretty nice fight if they could set it up between Rosa and Corliss. That'd be a fun one. Just a shame we skipped it. Let's give Irvin a new contract. He needs one. XP growth. Let's just give him ring IQ. I don't think it's worth it even wasting time trying to get that chin back, because if it gets cracked one more time, it's gone forever. Both Irvin and Fitch have those bad chins, but you know what? Let's give Irving Fitch a 3 fight. Steve Irvin's got 20s everywhere. He's only 19. Let's give him a 3 fight. Kind of up in the air with him. And we'll do this Divaca fight and then do some scouting. Let's go fastest just for now. Bad round for Divaca. There we go. He gets into it. Let's do pile on pressure. Just reward him for starting to punch there. That's another good round for him. We'll keep the pile on pressure. Nah, he lost that one. Sorry, guys. We'll go back to natural style, see what he can do there. Nice. Slow round. Let's go to the body. Let's have this be the body round. Try to wear him down. Yeah, he did an okay job wearing him down. I don't know if he won the round or not. Didn't win that one. Got kind of pummeled in that one. A lot of blood coming from my right eye. That's not good. And we're getting outlanded with the power shots. Let's just natural style this round and see how much energy we both have left. Okay. Is jab and move a good idea? Jab and move is not a good idea. Let's just keep it natural style and keep pile on pressure in our back pocket. Predictably big round for Alberto. This is a very even fight. We're probably up 5-4. Let's do pile on pressure instead of go for broke. And we don't win the round. We probably lost the fight there. We did lose the fight. I think Divaca might be done. It's just not enough volume. He's just kind of not good enough. He's from New York, but it's just another non-entertaining fight. I think we're going to cancel his contract. I think he's just done. It's a shame, but bye-bye Eric Divaca. He wasn't that good, to be honest. He just never really... He gave us some entertaining fights, but that last fight really didn't do it for me. That was a pretty underwhelming loss. Okay, so we can sign this guy, Ricardo Benegas. I mean, is he worth it? He's brand new in the save. 20 defensive, 15 aggression is fun. 19 intelligence, but he's 24. Very small featherweight. The chin's not there. The conditioning's not there. He's got no box office. He'd just be a kind of a body. No disrespect at all, but I mean genuinely, he'd just be a guy. Randy Dale, it'd be nice to sign him. Ooh, he will sign. That's a good fighter. I guess we're getting a little more reputation because I thought Randy Dale wouldn't sign with us, but we're definitely signing him. Big punching middleweight. 16 power, 17 aggression, 20 accuracy, only 9 defense, but he takes punishment, great chin, great intelligence, great dedication. This guy's good. And he could be developed. Yeah. We're giving this guy a 6 fight. No question about it. This guy might headline some stuff for us. This is a good fighter. Yeah, so we clearly have some better fighters available to us now. I don't know about Rodolfo Alvarado here. 4 takes punishment, 10 ring IQ. Isn't great. I feel like we already have cruiserweights. I'm just something about him I'm not liking. Mario Esparza, not quite. Didn't quite have the attributes. Brian Rossi. I mean, he's clearly worse than those last 2 guys. Angel Lopez, mid. Errol Eckerd, mid. Robert Lamana is a heavyweight. 19, 6'6". Kind of a short reach for 6'6". Doesn't cut easy. No intelligence or stamina, but he is a heavyweight. There's plenty of intelligent heavyweights. He doesn't want to sign with me. He wants to sign with somebody with a title record. I mean, is that going to make it? That's not going to make you a title-winning fighter. You aren't one. Elvin Edwards in the strawweight division out of Boston. I mean, he's from Boston and he's 5'1". I think he's probably pretty angry. 12 aggression seems low to me. I feel like he should be more aggressive than that. Like genuinely, literally, he's a 5'1" dude from Boston. He should be hell of aggressive. He should be out there scrapping everybody. He should be out there fighting people in the crowd. I want a psycho. Marcus Ream. Let's see. I mean, he's from New York, so we got to sign him. 20 dirtiness. Hell yeah. Sounds like a New Yorker to me. 20 dirtiness, 19 ring IQ, 16 punching power, 7 punching accuracy. So he's not accurate, but he's got good defense. He's got good aggression, and he's not accurate, but he's got 20 intelligence, 19 ring IQ. I mean, this guy's projectable. Decent size for a lightweight, too, at 5'8". He wants a title record. Come on, man. We're in your city. Hold up. Let's try to sign him to this gym. Jose Russell from Boston. He's okay. He's not that good of a puncher. He doesn't have good defense. He's smart, but that's about it. No, this guy's no good. 0-2. Didn't see that. Vinny Stavern, no. Randy Hart. Randy Hart from Livingston, New Jersey. Good aggression. Bad chin. He's big for a super welterweight. He might not be that big for a super welterweight. He's kind of average size. I'm going to sign him anyway because he's local. We'll give him a 3 fight, see what he's got. Kenneth Morales, Columbia, South Carolina. Keenan DeRocha. This guy looks fun as fuck. 20 aggression, 20 punching accuracy, 20 dedication. This guy seems like a fan favorite to me. Welcome to the team. We'll give him a 5 fight. I kind of like him. From Issaquah, Wisconsin. Washington. Outside Wisconsin. Washington State. The Evergreen State. One of the places I've always wanted to go. I've heard there are some just beautiful places in Washington. It's a very beautiful state. Not sure how I'd like Seattle, but I know that I'd like the nature in that state. But I'm not really sure how I'd like Seattle or Vancouver. Vancouver looks very pretty. Vancouver looks like a Sim City. You ever see pictures of Vancouver from the air? It looks like someone's Sim City game. It's very idyllic looking city. Adam Lopez, Boca Raton, Florida. Projectable. Lacks conditioning, and that's about it. He's got it pretty much everywhere else. So we'll sign him if he wants to sign. He doesn't. See, all the guys who are actually good want someone with, like, success. Well, I guess once we win a title, we'll have a lot more accessibility. I guess I'll sign Ricardo Benegas. He's got good defense. Cover-up merchant. Bit of a cover-up merchant at featherweight. Don't know how he's going to actually keep himself safe. Sadsi and Eric Devaka and Francie. How about Jose Williams here? Good puncher. Middleweight. Tiny middleweight. Not tiny, but yeah. Not huge. Does he want to sign for us? Sure. We'll give him a 3 fight, see what he's got. Another middleweight. I feel like we got a lot of middleweights. We do have a lot of middleweights. All right, well, you know what? We'll weed out the good middleweights from the bad ones because middleweights are cool, but if you got nothing but middleweights, you are mid. That is how that works. That is how that works. If you focus on just middleweights, that does mean that you're voluntarily making yourself mid. Like you're selecting to be mid. You're choosing to be mid, which is like, that's mind-blowing to me. I don't have any choice. Like in real life, I don't have any choice but to be mid, right? I wake up every day like this. Like, let's see, Westchester County Center. How much money do we have? 35? You know what? Yeah, sure. I can't wait till we no longer have to hold Showcase of Boxing Talent. I mean, at least it's MC Promotions Showcase of Boxing. It's not Showcase of Boxing Talent. No, yeah, it is. A Showcase of Boxing Talent at the Westchester Community Center in White Plains. Pretty sure I've been there a few times. Jose Williams is one of ours. That'd be fun. Little main event between two of our guys. I don't know. They're both undefeated. Let's do But I mean, Brandon Lampkin has to avenge that random draw that he has. Well, you know what? Nobody else wants to fight us, so it has to be Brandon Lampkin. I'm not opening the freaking Dodu can of worms again. All these offensive, just walking on eggshells, yada, yada, yada. All these walking on eggshells people telling me what I can and can't say, that I can and can't think his name is funny because his name is Doo-Doo. And I will harp on it and I will go back to it. Damn it. I will not back down. His name is funny. Stop it. We got to get fewer middleweights. I can't with these. All right, Ismael Zambrano. He's 5-7 with no knockouts. If you just don't pay any attention to his record, this is a very anticipated fight. Everyone forgot how to read, so this is a very anticipated fight. Nobody knows what numbers mean anymore or how to read a boxing record, so everyone got boxing record. Everyone in the world got boxing record dyslexia, so this is a very anticipated fight. Luis Ruiz. Hugo Reyes. Arturo Santos Castro. I don't know about that. Oscar Thompson is 0-9. I'm just trying to find Keenan DeRocha a fight that isn't like, what the hell. This guy's cool. Koba Kurashvili. Flying some guy from Georgia. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun one for him. Fun debut. We got 16 fighters now, man. We got a 2-belt heavyweight title. Heinz Lessman's fighting an undefeated Swiss dude. Man, so many fun title fights in this game, especially now with all these weight classes. It's so many fun title fights to watch. We're going to have a nice break from the title fights here, though, up until the Yusupov next one after this, Lessman versus Frelly. Let's see how this one goes. Let's put it on fastest for now. It's a heavyweight fight. You know what? Let's keep it on fast for the first couple rounds because you could always have an early knockout in a heavyweight fight. Big round for Lessman. Frelly comes out with big power shots, didn't take kindly to Lessman's big round one. Still landed. Lessman hasn't gotten anything done here. Round 2 so far. There's a couple power shots. Whoa. Big comboing off by Frelly there. Now Lessman takes the reins back to start round 3. This is a good fight. No knockdown so far. Aha! Look at that. Nostradamus. Knockdown for Frelly. Lessman's undefeated record on the line. He struggles to his feet at the count of 8. Is he going to survive at 97% here in this heavyweight scrap? Can Frelly knock him out? Lessman hangs on. He had 97%. He got knocked down to the count of 8 and had 97%. One big shot there from Frelly in that last minute of the round, and he managed to stand his ground. He managed to just stand on his head in the middle of the ring and trade there. It's definitely a Frelly round, but it's impressive that Lessman is still standing in here. That just turned into a big heavyweight scrap. Not that it wasn't already. Oh, look at that. And Lessman with the comeback. Now Frelly's down 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Lessman and still the IBF IBO heavyweight champion of the world, Heinz Lessman. That was awesome. What a comeback there. Frelly gave it everything they had. I bet they'll be wanting a rematch, even though it did only go 4 rounds. Those heavyweights, bro. Can't wait till we get our first heavyweight title fight. Alan Pena versus Ramon Salopi from Buenos Aires. Pretty good fighter. Pretty good fighter. 26-4. That'll be a fun fight. Don't know that it's the very best opposition for Pena, but it'll be a fun fight. Let's just move on. We got our own fights coming up. I'm going to go grab a drink, and then we're going to come back and watch these. Man, 1,400 tickets sold, so that's some money. How much money do we have now? Hell yeah, 60,000. See, all right. These showcases of boxing talent are going to keep the funds coming. Keep our coffers full. That's the word I was looking for. I'm like, what, pilfers? No, coffers. There we go. I was like, pilfering is something different. What's it called when you give like a donation in church? Tithes. There we go. Now I heard you haven't been paying your tithes. Pay your tithes now. Max Rice, Hector Garcia, Anthony Rios, Steven Albonica, Jermaine Ramos, Rolf Lopez. McCreary versus Chavez. Seals versus Judah. It's going to be a good one. Flores versus Aparicio. It's going to be a good one. And Fitch versus Carball. The main event of the evening. They're all 6-rounders, thank God. Sick of these. Oh, no, I see a random 10-rounder in there. Never mind. There's a random 10-rounder in here. No, there's 2. The Rios and Jermaine Ramos fights are going to be 10-rounders for some reason. Sorry, guys. No clue why. Rice versus Garcia. Let's get it popping. This should be a gimme for Rice. Hopefully he wins it. I mean, he batters him in the first round. Eventful first round. Action-packed first round. They scored it for Rice, and he gets whooped in round 2. We're going to cover up here. Nice, good round. This is a war. Let's pile on pressure and just see what happens here in round 4. This has been a crazy fight. Max Rice, man, he's proven to be an entertainer. Even if you put him up against somebody bad, he makes an entertaining fight. Probably put him up against somebody too good, it might not be an entertaining fight. But if you keep the opponent's quality to a medium, Max Rice is the most entertaining fighter in the promotion, very clearly. Put him back on natural style. Let's go to fastest. See what happens. Another even round. Let's just keep it at natural style. I'm not going to go to the body. We might drop another round here. I'm going to cover up now instead of going to the body. Like when he's going to be ruthless and try to hit me, let's just sit there and counter punch. There we go. Good. Now we'll go natural style. Look at the tactics here. Look at the tactical know-how by me. Pile on pressure now. Now we pile on pressure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big KO for Max Rice. Look at that. Look at that strategizing. What a great win there by Max Rice. And it's Rios against Albonica, who might give him some troubles. This is a cruiserweight fight with some power. Let's watch the first round on a fast speed instead of super fast. Something might happen here. Somebody might get caught. Rios is out here slugging. Eventful first round, like we said. Right, let's put it on fastest. Nice round there for Rios. Even round. Albonica with the blood coming out of his nose. We're going to pile on pressure here. We've got about double his energy. Nice round. Let's keep it and pile on. He goes out swinging there with the last of his energy. We got 29%. Let's scale it back to natural style. Now we're going to put it to pile on pressure. He's done some damage to us. It's worth noting. He's gotten some power shots in and some good shots. He might have won that last round. Let's go for broke with our last 5% energy. Let's throw everything at him. Almost got him out of there. Bad cut over his right eye. Blood coming from his nose. We're beating this dude up. 17-8. We've basically doubled him up. Doubled his punch output. There we go. Round 9, we get the TKO. Anthony Rios has another victory. Jermaine Ramos looking to stay undefeated. This should be a gimme. Guy's got okay punching accuracy and defense, but this should be a gimme. He wins the first round. See, guys with punching accuracy, I'm telling you, Albert Ramos knocks him out, takes care of him in round 2. But I'm telling you, guys with punching accuracy can steal rounds like that first one right there. Kind of crazy he lost round 1, but he comes back in round 2 and gets the KO. And look at that, the round 2 KO gets him a potential boost and a box office boost. McCreary versus Chavez. Let's get it on. Man, this is a banger. This is going to be a banger. We're watching the whole thing on Fast. I wish this was a 10-rounder. Like, how come some of the other fights got 10 rounds and this thing doesn't get 10 rounds? This is a fight right here. Sit back and enjoy. This should be good. Or McCreary could just not show up to work. Man, he's just getting beat down. And McCreary finally starts to get back at him there at the end of the round, but he almost got put out. He almost got stopped. Still battling with 60%. And, I mean, Chavez is just coming out and landing. And finally, McCreary on the counterpunch. McCreary clearly having all he can handle from the first really high-quality opponent of his career. And there's a round win for McCreary. So what do we do here? I don't know that this is a situation where we can actually use jab and move. Right? So I think we may have to just stay on natural style and see what happens. We've got to land power shots. We've got to land big punches here. Because he's got us damaged. Going to the body probably isn't a good idea in a fight this short against such a high-quality opponent. We just have to trust that we get the bigger shots off on him. It's an even round. Probably a round that we lost there. Chavez comes in and steals it at the end. Let's just stay at natural style and let it dictate. We'll do something more desperate if we lose this round too. But the damage total isn't that high. He's still outlanding us, though. Here come the power punches. Never mind. Forget I said anything. He's kicking our ass again. This could be it. McCreary, he only starts fighting when he's about to get KO'd. And again, he manages to stay alive. We're going to have to cover up again for the second round, but I mean, one of our best rounds was the last time we covered up. I don't think it's going to work this time. He's just pounding away on us now. No, we get back and even it up. He's landing some big shots. We're winning this round. Look at this from McCreary. Fighting off the back foot suits him, and that's a huge round. And now, this seems kind of like, I don't know about go for broke. Let's just say pile on pressure. But this should be a fun 6th round. This has been a very fun fight so far. This should be a very fun 6th round and a very interesting fight to score as well. They're trading, but it's all Chavez so far. And it looks like Chavez is going to sneak out of here. Kind of a boring last round. I said pile on pressure, and McCreary didn't have any pressure to pile on. And that's going to be a disappointing first professional loss for McCreary, who... Yeah, I regret not just giving him a setup now. See, that's why we do setups in this sport. That's why boxing's so full of setups. You give a young fighter one tough fight early on, and he gets a loss on his record, and you know, once you get that loss, you can't replace it. You're never going to go undefeated now. You're never going to go undefeated now. Not that I thought McCreary was necessarily going to be that guy for us, but it's never going to happen now. Here we go. Seals versus Judah. This should be a good one. A little bit of a setup for Seals, but you never know. Oh, yeah. It's nice to get a win. Doesn't win and feel good? Seals just beats up Duane Judah. Thank you very much, Duane, for showing up. Lovely, lovely job. And this is going to be a banger. Flores versus Aparicio. Someone's O has a got to go. All right. 2 undefeated heavyweights. What y'all want? What else do you want but 2 undefeated heavyweights sharing the ring? And it's a big start from Flores. I like Flores. Flores is good. He'll get fraud checked by some actual contender eventually, but for now, I love him. Big first round for David. I'm already thinking about the pile-on pressure. Maybe we should have gone to the pile-on pressure already here. I don't know about that. It's another round win for Flores. Very similar to the first round. Aparicio found his range a little bit more, but he's only got 10 punches landed through 2 rounds. I don't think there's going to be a body round. I think we're just going to keep going because I think we're better than our opposition, so why not just keep it on natural style if our natural style is winning? If our natural style is being better than the other guy, then why not just keep it on natural style, no? That's a closer round. I'd say now we go to the body. I just want to tire him out a little bit. It might be a bit of a risk. It's always a risk in a heavyweight fight getting into the other fighter's range. But we seem to be doing well so far. Oh, yes. 20-1. 21-1. 21-4, rather. And it's a big dominant round for Flores. We'll go pile on pressure and keep pile on pressure on. Okay. Aparicio is waiting for that. Flores doesn't know how to pile on pressure. And this is starting to worry me. If we're just going to keep letting him land. It's a heavyweight fight. You don't want to just sit there and let the other guy land on you. That's far from advisable. And that's the most exciting round of the fight so far, and it's going to make me go back to natural style because Flores has won this fight, and I don't want to throw it away. We've won every round. But here comes Aparicio again. I guess he was probably saving his best for the end. But Flores should still have this. Even if he drops the last 2 rounds, he should probably win the fight. And we accentuated with some nice shots there at the end. That's for sure a win for Flores. They're not going to rob us. 59-54, 59-53, 60-52. Winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, David Flores. And now it's Andy Fitch against Braden Carbajal. This is also going to be a great fight. Couple strong rounds from Andy Fitch. He's got Carbajal on the back foot. Turn it into a beatdown. Let's go pile on pressure. Up. Looks like we're getting close to getting him out. Another big round here. And we do get him out. It's a TKO victory for Sir Andy Fitch. That was a fun event. Andy Fitch took care of business. That Max Rice fight was a blast. Jermaine Rios with a big knockout. Unfortunately, Gabriel McCreary in what was supposed to be the fight of the night against Ratillo Chavez takes his first loss. It says 8 rounds at welterweight, but they only fought 6 rounds. It would have been nice to get 8 rounds. We could have won. We would have at least had 2 more rounds to do something. But we got quite a few undefeated fighters worked up here. I don't know if all of them necessarily deserve to be undefeated. But Andy Fitch is a fun undefeated fighter. Let's give him a level up. Let's level up his defense. I think it's the most important thing. We can level up his defense. Let's level up his stamina, actually. His defense and then his stamina. All right. So he's getting somewhere, man. We just got to keep him with the fights and keep leveling him up. See if we can get, see how high he can go. It'll be interesting. He's not the biggest middleweight in the world. He's a southpaw, but he's still only 20. And we've already improved him a decent amount, and he's 6-0. So maybe it's time to start getting excited about Andy Fitch here. Tony Seals already has a skill set to get excited about. But the takes punishment and the conditioning are both going to need to go up basically perennially until they're somewhere acceptable. It'd be nice to get that punching power up, but you can only do so much with a fighter. He just had a really impressive KO of Dwayne Judas, so he can clearly blow away low-level competition. Ricardo Cottrell's undefeated. I don't know how long that's going to stay with non-exceptional defense. But David Flores does have exceptional defense. He might be a bit of a boring heavyweight, but you know what, man? Good defense and good stamina can take you a long way. We've got to upgrade that ring IQ, though. That ring IQ is really going to determine his ability to win rounds, because he has seemed to struggle to win rounds here early in his career at times. What about Randy Dale? Randy Dale got anything? No. Irving Fitch. Irving Fitch needs a lot more work than the other Fitch brother. Jermaine Ramos. Does Jermaine Ramos want to sign a new contract? Oh, we already gave him a new contract. Okay. I guess he came around because I thought he didn't want to sign. That's a good thing. He's a good fighter. And we just lost an undefeated record, so one of our better undefeated fighter. He really may still be the best fighter at the promotion, but again, 6 takes punishment. I don't think it was ever really worth getting super invested in Gabriel McCreary going undefeated. Tony Seals needs a new contract, and he will get one. He's only 19, which is crazy. 6-0 at 19. He really could get a crazy record worked up here, couldn't he? Let's schedule yet another showcase of boxing talent. I would prefer it to be at Yon Function Room, but shall be at Yon Sports Complex in its stead. Within its stead, good gentle sirs. Good gentle sirs and madams. Let's be real, there's no fucking madams watching this. There is not one woman watching a boxing. No woman has ever watched a boxing manager video. That might not be true. There are female boxers. Plenty of female boxers. Some great female boxers. Andy Fitch versus Maurice Perez. Do they have like women in this game? Has there been like a wouldn't be that hard to implement now. Christian Thompson. This would be a fun fight. Seals versus Thompson, Fitch versus Perez. Hell yeah. Just getting those undefeated records up. I feel almost bad giving Jermaine Ramos another walk in the park, but it's the highest ranked guy we have. Isaac Teta might turn some heads if we beat him, and that'll be a competitive fight. Don't know if I want to push my luck that much. This guy's got a decent record. Let's see if we can find it. This guy's a sweet spot. This is a tough fight. He's got some attributes, but he's also got an impressive record. Venezuelan might bring a fan base with him. Anthony Rios, Youngman Park, Young So Choi, Robbie Davern. Nobody wants to fight Anthony Rios because he's good. Morris Mayfield. That's a great heavyweight name. Let's go. Let's fight Morris Mayfield. Morris Mayfield probably thought he was going to be the shit when he set out, huh? Such a great name. He really thought he was going to be a champ, and now he's 3-8. Bill Strode, 0-5. All right, well, you know what? Here you go, Randy Hart. You wanted to be a fighter. This is what real fighters do. This is where the real fighters are. James Darter versus Kid Silva. Kid Silva has the smarts on you, James. He just has the smarts on you, buddy. I don't know what kind of chance Darter has. And Darter versus Buddy Harper is going to be kind of a brutal fight on the undercard. There's going to be like the janitor isn't even going to pay attention to that one. There's going to be nobody in the building for that one. And I say that with as much respect as I possibly can. Not one person on earth cares about that fight. Cottrell versus Jacobs at heavyweight. And this is just a hand me for a Ricardo Cottrell. Hopefully he doesn't lose to this guy with 34 losses. That would be humiliating. Okay, he knocked him down with the first punch. He got up at the count of 8. Did you see that? Literally first punch of the fight knocked him down. And there we go. It's a second round KO. Buddy managed to get into the second round, but it was too much for him after that. There's no big title fights coming up. I checked. For all the title fights I skipped, man, we missed a couple bangers. It sucks. But we also got to watch a few good ones. That Donovan fight was pretty great. Muratov versus Beniyaya? European super lightweight champ. Doesn't seem that good. And then Johnny Donovan is going to fight this dude. Also doesn't seem that good. But Johnny Donovan fights are always fun. Johnny Donovan is very quickly becoming Johnny Donovan, Teddy Molinar, and Yusupov also. Yusupov is probably number 1 pound for pound in the world. He's probably actually the number 1 pound for pound guy. I think there's a fight this coming week here. Yeah, Yusupov versus Cottrell. This should be a banger. Let's start it off on fastest just to see. Wonder if Yusupov is going to get him down early. Hold every single thing. Cottrell with the first round knockdown of Yusupov. Do we have an upset on the cards? Oof. Cottrell steps back and maybe even takes another round. It's a very close round. They're probably going to give that to Yusupov, but this is a scrap. Going back and forth. Yusupov is controlling this round, really. He came into his own in that last round and took control of it at the end and probably edged it, but this round he's for sure winning. Cottrell trying to start a comeback, but Yusupov says no and just stands his ground. Bites down on his mouthpiece, and Cottrell's starting to be in trouble here. That first round knockdown might have been his last and best chance here. Yusupov trying to prove he's the best fighter in the world. Cottrell taking some of the round, really showing off here, but Yusupov is so good. Cottrell can give him his best, and he can hit him right back. Cottrell got pushed right to the brink there. Yusupov's got more energy. He's landed more. Cottrell's got a cut under both eyes now. Cuts under both eyes. He's still trying to land, but Cottrell just hits him. Sorry, Yusupov just hits him right back. Yusupov is too good. He's not going to survive the last minute and a half here. Yusupov is going to hit him too much, and the ref stopped it. That was a good fight put up by Cottrell, but Yusupov was way too much for him. Very good performance there by the champ. By Mr. Pound for Pound. And this Molinar versus Patsy fight isn't going to be until late December, unfortunately. And then we've got this Johnny Donovan fight. But we've got our own fights. Far more importantly, we've got our own fights. And there still has not been an undisputed champion. There still has not been an undisputed champion, and it's DeRocha trying to test his mettle against Kurashvili here. Let's see. First career fight for the youngster, and his first professional punch. It still took 36 seconds, but it's a knockout in your first professional punch. How does that feel, DeRocha? What a start to his career, and his box office attribute is going to increase. It's Williams against Weeks now. Could be an entertaining fight. Williams is going to have to show up for it. It looks like he did. Let's go to the body. That was a dumb decision. That was stupid. We're going to cover up in round 3. I don't like this at all. That go to the body was dumb. We got hurt there, and we just lost. Wow. All right. Well, you know what? That's not it for Jose Williams. That was a losable fight. What is his takes punishment? It's 14. Hey, see, I mean, it shows you how far punch accuracy can go, because punch accuracy lets you keep landing like that. Without punch accuracy, you can't consistently land enough to do something like what Paul Weeks just did to us. That's our first really bad loss of the whole save, I think. Maybe if I would have kept it on fast, I could have avoided that, but I don't know. We went to cover up, and it didn't do much. He just kept hitting us. It really felt like he did us a lot of damage there too. But he doesn't have good punch power. That's a disappointing loss. Hard to understand that one. How good is Jose Williams really? He's pretty good. And now it's pretty likely he's not going to want a new contract. I don't know about giving him a 5 fight. He's got 2 fights left. So we'll give him one more fight to prove himself. He'll probably win the next one, and when he does, we'll probably give him an extension. So everything's probably fine for Jose Williams, even with that loss. Let's see if Monahan can take care of Zambrano. I'm keeping it on fastest. I haven't learned my lesson. Good first round for Monahan. Why is this a 10-rounder? Like, why? Why is this the 10-round fight? I haven't learned my lesson. We're going to the body. I really haven't learned my lesson. I mean, it's an even round. Hey, there's a knockdown. There's a knockdown. That's big for Monahan. It's another round win. All right, he's in control here. He's in control. He's in control. We're fine. Man. Zambrano off the back foot landing a trillion punches. Come on. This is still a close fight. This is still a close fight. They could rob us here. Let's just go natural style. They really could rob us. I don't think so. I think we won. Yeah, 98-90. And Ed Monahan gets a win over Zambrano. Tough fought win. Fitch versus Gomez going toe-to-toe, the Serve and Fitch fight. This one should be fun. If it stays close, we're definitely going to go on fast here. These have been some fun rounds, high-volume rounds. Fitch with a big cut in his forehead, but he's out power punching Gomez. Same deal here. Put him under some, let's pile on pressure. Nice. These are just really hard-fought, toe-to-toe type rounds. And that's a nice TKO round 6 win as he comes in and finishes him. Just tired him out over the course of the fight. It was just too much for him. Bautista just didn't have enough for Fitch. He just outlanded in most rounds. He gave him a lot back, but Fitch gave more. That was a good toe-to-toe fight. Irvin against Augustine. Let's see what Augustine can offer. Still disappointed by that Williams loss. Irvin versus Ndomo. This should be another gimme. And if you are annoyed by us going through these fights on fastest, I understand it. But at the same time, it's going to help us get these fighters' records up faster. Not if Steven Irvin loses to Ndomo here. Let's go pile on pressure. Okay, we're going to watch the last round. We're going to keep it in pile on pressure, and we're going to watch the last round. We need a big performance from Irvin here to take the scorecards. He needs a big round. We maybe should have done look for KO. Because Augustine is still throwing. No, Augustine won this round too. That's a loss for Irvin. Irvin's going to get his first L. UD. Wow. That's disappointing. Low aggression can do that. Mid-ring IQ can do that. I feel like you can lose to anybody you have a ring IQ disadvantage to, but I'm just making excuses. He lost a lot of rounds. He gave up all sorts of ring control. Sorry, yeah. I mean, dude, can I stop doing that? He gave up a lot of ring control. You have to swipe left a lot in this game. That's why that happens. But I apologize. It was the ring control by Ndomo that won him that fight. It was the ring IQ and his ring control. It allowed him to keep ring control in every single round to win almost every single round. Maybe should have tried to pile on pressure from the beginning there. Just accentuate our supremacy while we have energy. That could be a good move for Randy Dale. Make Brandon Lampkin use his frickin' defensive skills. Come out smoking. Pile on pressure. That's what piling on pressure looks like. He gets back in it. And we're still winning the round. We're doubling him up. Like to see it. More shots. Now it's back even. Limpkin. Maybe that pile on pressure wasn't smart. Limpkin wins round 1. Disappointing. More disappointing results from our guys here. I mean, we're weeding him out, but I mean, Dale is looking like, I mean, it looks like you switched the attributes. Like, what? And there we get a big knockdown. First big punch of the round. And it's a KO. Just knocks him out. Just cocks back and knocks him out. That's what 16 punch power is for, baby. Come on now. And the punch power finally comes out. It makes a difference as we get a break to our string of difficult and bad performances on that night. Didn't like some of what happened there. It looked like Fitch was going to lose his 0. Irvin did lose his 0. But I mean, was Irvin ever going to keep his 0 with that chin? Let's be real. He didn't even get knocked out either. Fighter, you'd figure would get knocked out if he loses. This guy has only fought guys with brutal records, Ed Monahan. And he's got 2 fights left. So we're not going to send him to an extension. We're going to give him an actual opponent. His worst nightmare. Maybe not somebody that good, but we're going to give him somebody who can easily beat him. Jesse Valle? Nah. Well, you know what? Honestly, I like that fight for Ed Monahan, so we're going to make it anyway. Do they not want to make it? I don't understand. I don't understand. Sports Complex. Add fight. Where is Ed Monahan? We add this fight. There we go. Monahan versus Valle. Nice. Fighting for a job. David Flores. Miguel Angel Campa. Slightly more powerful puncher, but that's about it. Andy Conwell's a good fighter, but they don't want that. I don't want him to fight. Control. There's Vietas. I think he already fought. Yeah, that was the guy who. Yeah, that was the fight. Flores versus Vietas was the robbery. We could run it back. We could run it back against Vietas. The real main event. Let's do it. The real main event. It's gonna be 10 rounds. It's going to be 10 rounds. The Flores versus Vietas run back is going to be 10 rounds. That might inspire me to make this the last fights of the episode. Do that rematch of the robbery. Aparicio versus Cottrell. Did they just fight each other? Is that a rematch? Did I accidentally just make another rematch? Hold up. Where's Cottrell? Did I just make a rematch by accident? No. Okay, cool. He's probably just fought. Well, he has just fought one of our guys before. All shows. Showcase of boxing talent. Add fights. Randy Dale. Jesus Zavala. That'd be kind of a gimme. Let's give Randy Dale a decently tough fight. I thought that said Tommy Hearns. It was like not that dangerous of a fight. Not that dangerous. Martin Moran. Is this guy any good? He is a good young fighter. That'd be interesting. Let's go outside of the U.S. Carlos Quiroga. That's like too much of a banger. That's too good of a fight. Francis Aribo from Nigeria. No. Ricardo Nieva is terrible. How about this guy? I don't even know what country that is. Uzbekistan. This should be fun. Crazy, aggressive, accurate fighter with no ring IQ and no stamina from Uzbekistan. 5'8" middleweight. Love it. That's going to be a blast, too. Williams. Let's give Williams let's see, Eric Garcia? No. Ryan Cusimano. Ryan Cusimano sounds like he's like a... That dude definitely has a day job. That dude's like an auto repair mechanic or something. But he's not boxing. McCreary's going all the way to the undercard after that loss. You're going to have to fight a 0-0 dude from Uganda. You're going to the bottom of the undercard, 0-0 guy from Uganda. Go, chop, chop, get it done. And the next big fight isn't till the end of December, as I said before. Okay, let's go. Our other gym getting its record up are, one gym's now 9-3. The other gym now has 6 losses after I bragged about it only having 2 earlier in the episode. Rose is going to defend against Quinteros. Quinteros doesn't look that good. Okay, one more week till our big fight. All right, this fight's only probably going to be a total disaster. James Darter versus Buddy Harper. Did nobody know this thing was going on? I don't even think their own parents showed up to this one. Why are we not watching this on Fastest? This fight absolutely goes on Fastest. This is the undercard fight of all undercard fights. Kind of a lit first round because Darter sucks and he's letting this 1-3 guy beat up on him. And it's a knockdown. Unsurprising, he probably slipped. Let's go on Fastest, please. I'm not going to make you guys watch too much of this. Not even really hopeful for James Darter. I mean, he's got something going on. He's got some power and some defense and some aggression. Never mind. He's okay. He can take punishment, clearly. He prefers to take punishment from the underwhelming fighters that he fights against. And, I mean, the strategy there was I'm going to try to knock him out by letting him try to knock me out too, which is cool. It's admirable. I guess the fans that have filtered in that were getting day drunk at the bar across the street are being very entertained by this. He's getting significantly outstruck at this point, and he's lost 4 rounds. So I'm honestly going to tell him to go for broke. Screw it. And he gets another knockdown. What a weird fight to score. Hopefully the 10-8 sway it. They do. James Darter gets a win there. See? Your power gets rewarded at least. You get rewarded for having a big punch. You get rewarded for having a big punch there. That was not particularly impressive by Darter, but you know what? If he can knock dudes out, then... Well, but you know what? He doesn't want to resign. He's got 4 ring IQ, but listen, he can knock dudes out. Not everybody can knock dudes out. It might be worth it to keep him around. This is how I end up having way too many fighters. I ended up having like 80 fighters in my last name. It wasn't 80. It was like 60 at points. In like, I think I had 5 or 6 different gyms. And it's just ridiculously goofy amount of money. But when you win those undisputed championships and just keep racking them up and just defending them over and over and over again, like 30 consecutive times or whatever I ended up doing. I had a couple fighters with so many title defenses. You make so much money when you get all those title defenses back to back. When you get to those big, like literally, I mean, you can hold fights in the big house in Ann Arbor in this game and like the biggest stadiums in the world. So like 200,000, 150,000 seat venues. Just ridiculously massive college football stadiums that just bring in goofy amounts of money. And this is a good fight, Rios versus Mayfield. It's supposed to be kind of a setup, but I think Mayfield can give him some trouble. That was an eventful first round. Good second round for Rios. And a good third round for Rios. He's clearly taking this fight by the horns. Let's do jab and move. Let's show off our boxing a little bit. That was a good decision. Let's go back to natural style. Pile on pressure. Pile on, pile on. Yes, sir. That was excellent. Good win by Rios. Ramos and Arcia set up for a fun fight. Big first round by Arcia. I don't like that. Are we more of a jab and move or more of a body guy? I'd say... Yeah, let's have some fun. Let's do plant your feet. It's been a long night. We've done a lot of fights. Let's have some fun. Let's make them trade. Plant your feet. Stand in front of him and punch him as hard as you can. And it's working. It is working. Ramos liked that. Ramos wants to bang. Ramos is the James Toney of this save. He just wants to stand in the middle of the ring and trade. Beautiful. You get back in the fight with a good round win. Now let's go to the body. Let's go fastest. Body rounds make me nervous. You get hit with big shots. Yeah, okay. Don't know if we won that round or lost it. They say we lost it. Let's go natural style. Another even round. All right, these last 2 rounds are gonna... This is a good fight. Let's go to fast. Let you guys watch it. And let's do natural style once again. We're damaging him. Ramos is hurting him. Ramos is definitely on the front foot. But once again, Arcia, he's not letting it die. He's making these rounds close. He's clearly the higher IQ fighter. Yeah, not surprising. Surprised it's only 12-10. This thing is close. I really don't know what to do. I almost feel like plant your feet again. I almost feel like go to the body again. I don't really feel pile on pressure. It's just such a close fight. Let's just say with natural style. Almost against my better judgment, let's just stay with natural style. That's frustrating that we lost that last round and the judges see it as a draw. I don't know about that. I feel like we deserve to win that fight. But I think the judges gave him round 3. I think some of the judges gave him I think they gave him rounds 3, 4, and 6, which I disagree with. I disagree with all 3 judges giving him round 4. Because I just remember us being in the lead in round 4. We kind of had control of the fight in round 4. And he only had 52% ring control, but that's probably enough for the robot judges, for the judges that are literally a simulation, that are literally a computer. That's enough. 52 is a higher number than 48, so he won the round. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's see if Tony Seals can take care of Christian Thompson. Don't know if having the whole fight on fast is necessary. I think we could just go with very fast for the first couple rounds here. And it really should be an easy win for Seals. Tony Seals is a very impressive fighter, and Christian Thompson isn't. 2 knockouts in 14 career professional fights. It's not a good ratio. I almost want to look for the KO here. Maybe I will at some point. Nice round for Seals. Another nice round for Seals. A 3rd round KO. Easy. Easy work for Tony Seals. Money in the bank. And Andy Fitch is going to headline this card as he usually does. Against Maurice Perez. Is this an even fight? It could be. We'll see if it is. Andy Fitch is going to have to keep his stamina advantage and fight smart. Big first round for Perez. Ooh, and Fitch gets a KO. Man, did he do that before? I think he did. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous man. That's why we headline him. 7 KOs in 7 fights. Yo, listen, sometimes, man, sometimes some of these dudes they're just special. And I think we might have the first one. I think we might have our first special fighter at Andy Fitch. I remember we had this one fighter in my last save. He was Jamaican. I just remember that I nicknamed him Blackbeard. I don't remember what his name was. But man, he wasn't that good. Like, he had attributes kind of like this. He had holes in his game. I remember he didn't have a great chin and he didn't have good defense. But he would just go out and just win. He became the undisputed welterweight champion, I think, and defended like 5 times against some of the best fighters in the world, and he would just knock them out. He was a knockout machine. I don't know what happens in this game to make a certain fighter just a knockout machine when they don't have great punching power. But this dude can knock anybody out. And I'm telling you, there's just something to fighters with punching accuracy in this game also, but I don't know. It could be the ring IQ. There might be hidden attributes in this game too, but Andy Fitch already seems to me like he's got something special. Because you can say it's a benefit of matchmaking, but Carbajal and Perez are good fighters, and I'm pretty sure Matute isn't bad either. No, Matute sucks. Never mind. Was Horvath any good? He was decent. He was mid, but Mponji wasn't a bad fighter, I remember. It could just be that he's KOing scrubs. We're just feeding him scrubs, huh? I mean, Carbajal, yeah. Carbajal sucks too. Never mind. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He'll get fraud checked. It doesn't matter. He's special. He can knock everybody out. What are you talking about? He's just like the guy from my last save who was the undisputed champion. Hell yeah. Nah, Andy Fitch is good. Look, come on. He's taking care of business. He's doing exactly what he should. I'm flip-flopping on Andy Fitch. That's how boxing is. Sometimes you flip-flop on your own guys. Just go back and forth. I just can't quite tell sometimes. You just cannot quite tell sometimes. Let's re-sign Randy Hart. What did Randy Hart do? Oh yeah, he knocked out these scrubs. Adrian Newman is a scrub too, right? Okay, let's re-sign him and give and by him I mean Randy Hart. Let's re-sign Randy Hart and give him a decent opponent this time. Give him somebody to actually fight. Yeah, it's funny. Just going through Andy Fitch and trying to decide if he's actually good or not. I mean, he's good. You can tell by his attributes. He's not a bad fighter. But Tony Seals is probably a little more special with all those 20s and that 20 chin too, the 19 stamina. Tony Seals can maybe go a longer way in this game. I don't know that we really have that locked in super special fighter. I mean, McCreary is the closest thing to it in terms of his actual attributes, but he just lost. But that's because we got overly excited and put him up against too good of a fighter too soon. So, you know. And we'll have a good, nice big event to book here with Seals and Fitch soon. In 1 week after this. When is this fight? This fight's next week. Okay. So we're going to watch this last fight first. Nice special treat for you guys for sticking around. If I had more subscribers, I'm pretty sure chapters would work for me. I don't know what else is stopping chapters from working for me when I try to put them in my videos. There should be a much easier way to put chapters in their videos than the current way that YouTube allows you, but there isn't. And it's something that only really works if you're a channel that YouTube is like actively paying attention to, which is not the case for me, which is kind of unfortunate. You have to have a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of subscribers for chapters to actually function. Anyway, Teddy Molinar's past 12 months have seen them rewarded with one of the greatest accolades in the sport. Go Teddy. Yeah, he deserves it for the way he performed. That fight against Martinez was awesome. Knocked out Morello too in his first fight. He's not undisputed though, but he should be. And he really solid case for pound #1 in the world. And he's got a fight right now against John Patsy. Let's see what Patsy has for him. I don't expect him to put up much of a fight. I think this is a kind of a fight Molinar doesn't have to take too seriously. But it's a round 1 win for Patsy. That's not that surprising. Okay, now it's getting interesting. 2-0. Molinar is in some trouble here. He's going to have to start fighting because Patsy is up 3-0. He definitely did win that last round too, yeah, for sure. And Molinar is taking damage. This is not good. Molinar also doesn't have very good defensive skills. He's going to just have to go out on his shield here and try to really start landing. Slow round and he won it. So maybe he's getting a little tactical here. A little more volume there from Patsy. He takes, in my opinion, a 4-1 lead now? Yeah, 4-1 lead. Patsy again. A lot of people are making a lot of money in Tanzania. A lot of people put a lot of money on Patsy. They probably put their houses on this fight back in Tanzania. Uh-oh. Molinar is in a lot of trouble. I just called him one of the pound-for-pound greats. He just won Fighter of the Year. He might be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, an iconic light heavyweight. The Virgin Islands, they are chewing their fingernails to the quick here to start round 8. He does not have a lot of energy. If there was a time to hit that go for broke in his corner, it is now. Let's put this on fast. This could be some high drama. Patsy wants it, man. He's coming after Molinar. Molinar, it's insane that he's even still in there with the damage that he's still taking here deep into round 8. He's not going to have any energy to start the next round, and Patsy's still going to be fine. Molinar needs to damage him. Patsy may have won that round, but that's generous. And sorry, Molinar may have won that round, and that's generous. Patsy's 33% to Molinar's 0. I am pronouncing Patsy like Nazi every single time. I will not pronounce it. I can't even think of another pronunciation for that word. It would be Patsy, right? And he is just teeing off on Molinar. He's mad that I'm pronouncing his name like Nazi. Molinar comes back. Can he survive the round? No, he cannot survive the round. And John Patsy is the new Champ Magazine WBC IBF WBO World Light Heavyweight title holder. Wow. I mean, Molinar didn't really show up. Molinar didn't really provide volume. He didn't really provide volume. 20 aggression. I mean, that's just frustrating. If I was his manager, I'd be very frustrated. If he was one of my fighters, I would be mad. Show that volume, right? I mean, that first round that he won, that one round that he won where it was 7-1, right? That was the only round that he really convincingly won in the fight. I think he won round 8 too. But he won round 4 by literally just taking control of the ring, dancing around and doing nothing. He just didn't offer anything. That was a very disappointing performance, and John Patsy is now a 4-belt world champion. And we're going to schedule an event, and we're going to do this event, and that's going to be the end of the episode here. Loving these longer episodes. What should be the headliner? Manroy. Manroy is kind of a hard name. Jesus Miguel Hernandez. Corey Mattis. I'm kind of liking Seals versus Mattis. It's got a ring to it. Oh, shit. I accidentally did a main event. Oh, no. I didn't mean that to be a main event, but I guess it is now. The Doubletree Inn in Huntington, dude? Are you kidding me? The venue at Coosa Landing in Gagsden? Yo, I need me a girl from Gagsden. No, I'm talking about the Cotillion in Wichita, New York Sports Complex. Boring. Nobody wants the New York Sports Complex. I can't believe this is a main event. That's so goofy. Gun Crusher? He's from Indonesia. I thought that was Poland. Gun Crusher. Yes. Andy Fitch versus Gun Crusher. Raise your hand if you thought that Andy Fitch was going to fight Gun Crusher. Who here suggested that? Who wrote that in? Who on the internet was like, yo, Andy Fitch should fight Gun Crusher? Who on X said that? Eric Soto. Eric Soto looks like a good matchup for Jermaine Ramos. I don't want Jermaine Ramos to, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to give him a setup. That is a setup. You're better than him. Win. Georgie Vargas kind of a nightmare here for Max Rice. Yeah, let's do Herman Ruiz. That one looks fun. He's got a good record, too. Yeah, I feel like he's more likely to lose to Mercado. Let's do Ruiz. We could go back to the Newman well. Werner Chingavetta. That's a fun name. From Windhoek, Namibia. One of my favorite names of any city in the world. Windhoek. Afandege. It's kind of a gimme, but you know what? Fine, it's fun, too. You are fighting a Ugandan. Go. What? Darter. Mark Quarterly. Yes. Dada versus Quarterly. What a classy affair. What a classy affair this fine evening. We got McGaddy versus... Oh, that's today. Okay, never mind. We got a Johnny Donovan fight to watch, dude. Jonathan Donovan. Oh, why didn't I put it on faster? Is Johnny Donovan in the blue corner? Seems like he is. He's kicking ass. He's so good. Why is he so good? How come every time we watch him, why is he so good? Can we see him get a knockout? Bro's always winning by decision. Can we see him? Can we see my dude get a knockout? Let's go very fast, or fastest rather. All right, Maggette showing off there, getting a round win against Donovan, and Donovan just KOs him. Dude, Donovan is a fucking savage. Donovan is a beast. The Cope killer. Man, what a baller! What a badass. Johnny Donovan. How about it? I wonder if this dude could go 50-0. Attributes in this game can be an SOB, but I mean, he could. Where is he? There he is. Is he undisputed? He is now undisputed. Johnny Donovan is now the first undisputed champion. Wow. Yep, well, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it for that. That was awesome. He is a really dominant champion as well. Is Rosa undisputed? Seems like it. I think the belt's... No. He's short a belt. I think maybe the belt means Ring Magazine. John Potts. I think it just might mean the ring, because John Potts isn't undefeated either. Undisputed. Pena's also not undisputed. Yeah, so I think that means that Johnny Donovan is now the first undisputed champion. Wow. That's awesome. All right. Time for our show. McCreary looking to get back on his feet. This should be the last show of the night. Oof. And look at McCreary. Getting off to a fast start. Keeping that fast start going, too. They're going back and forth now. I don't like that knockdown. He struggles to his feet at the count of 8, but we're still way ahead on the scorecards. And we get a knockdown back and then a knockout. Nice. Didn't land a single punch in round 6. We did not take kindly to that knockout. We went in and took care of business in round 6. Good job by McCreary. He does get back on his feet, literally, in that fight. Horacio Quintana. Keenan DeRocha going out there once again with absolutely no defensive skills. Let's just tell him to pile on pressure from the start then. Big fun round 1. Nice. The fans appreciate that. Round 2. We start by comboing off. Quintana starts the comeback, and then DeRocha finishes it at the end. 3 big power punches. We are outlanding him. I think we go back to pile on pressure, to be honest with you. I like pressure on this guy. Nah. That was a bit too much of a scrap. Let's go to the body. Man, this is a scrap. Let's go for broke. Screw it. Let's use that last 5%. All right, well, that was an utter failure of strategy by me. We basically choked this fight away. Let's see if we can counterpunch our way to victory. Not at all. Yeah, that was a bad loss, guys. I feel bad for Keenan DeRocha. I was just trying to take advantage of him and have no defensive skills. Keenan DeRocha is another fighter here who might, especially given that I feel bad that I just messed the strategy up and put the fight on very fast. I think he deserves a better shot than that. We'll keep him. He'll be a fighter where we don't mind him taking a loss or two. But just in general, because I kind of like the skill set. Williams needs to beat Cusimano here. I'm doing this fight on very fast for a reason. There we go. Round 2. Easy win. Against poor opposition, Randy Dale. This should be a gimme, but can't pronounce it. He's got low ring IQ and low stamina, so the punch accuracy can only go so far, but good punch accuracy and good defense go a long way. He's kicking ass. Okay, that's a big round. No, man, they're kind of scrapping it out. All right. I mean, this guy's throwing. This guy's got volume, I'm saying. That's what the punching accuracy, man. He's just got volume. Even when he's down at 0%, he's still got volume. Pile on. There we go. Round 7, he gets the KO. For some reason, that was a round 10 fight. If it was a 6-rounder, we would have won it anyway. Randy Dale improves to 4-0 with 4 knockouts. Cool. Cottrell versus Aparicio. This is a fight we're going to watch on Fast for you guys at last. At last, you guys get a fight on Fast, especially it's heavyweight. And man, he's just beating Aparicio down to start the fight. Aparicio needs to clock in. Late for work. About a minute and a half late for work. Took 18 punches in a minute and a half. Buddy, are you on substances? If you are, they're clearly not steroids. HGH. That's what I was looking for. It's too late at night, man. I'm too sleepy. HGH. Human growth hormone. I was like, what's the shorthand for steroids? Big round by Cottrell. He's close to getting him out of there. Let's do pile on pressure. Let's go very fast for 1 round to see if we can finish it. We're just chasing the finish at this point with pile on pressure. And there we go. We get it in round 5. Cottrell, 6-0 now. And that's a win over a fighter with a good record, too. That is a fighter. And here comes the rematch. All right, this is a 10-round rematch of a legendary fight. That legendary robbery. Vietas has been spouting off at the mouth on social media about that result and how he won that fight. And now David Flores is going to try to prove him wrong. Let's go. About to be a classic. The first true rematch of our save here. Believe me, there will be a lot more. This game loves a good rematch. And it's an even round 1. Come on. It's a dead heat at the end of round 1 between these two rivals. And Vietas gets to a great start to round 2. Flores isn't punching. Flores is just out there taking punishment. It's 11 unanswered. 13 unanswered. Finally, Flores starts to throw back a little bit, but that's not a good round. And Viedes is ahead in this fight. Viedes is shouting from his corner at Flores. The Viedes fans in the building are hyped up, and Viedes once again steps to the middle of the ring and starts landing. Flores doesn't take kindly to it, starts to throw back. And it's another razor thin, tight round here. 10-9. It's a big shot at the start of the round by Flores. Flores, they're going at it in the middle of the ring. Flores backed up into the corner, still landing shots. More big shots. And Viedes is now damaged and injured. That was a big round there for Flores. Viedes put him in the corner, but he fought off the back foot and damaged him. Flores delivering more big shots. Viedes got off to a good start to this round, though, but he's still the more damaged fighter. It's an even round here in terms of scored punches. 9-9. Big cut for Viedes. Flores clearly doing more damage here so far in the fight. But you could argue Viedes even won that round. He did land more punches. Flores had ring control. This is such a close, interesting, and tactical matchup, and Viedes is proving that even though he might not be as talented of a boxer as Flores, he's a fascinating stylistic matchup against the undefeated young heavyweight. And it's another toe-to-toe start to the round as each corner scream out their advice. The fans shouting, but they're head faking a lot. There's been no power punches. Lots of jabs being exchanged. You tell me who won that round. I mean, you can give it to Flores again. It's just like the last one. It was very close in terms of punches. But Flores isn't doing the damage that he needs to Viedes, and I'm kind of afraid to go to the body. Let's do pile-on pressure. But we want to get Viedes tired at some point here. Almost forgetting that I'm the guy doing the strategy. And now, yeah, here comes Flores piling on. Nope, Viedes doesn't take kindly to it. Fighting off the back foot here. He's not winning this round, though. But it's some nice work from him. You really can't take it away from him. I think now we go to the body. We've got enough left in our TKO percentage, our green number, right up there, our 30%. But we take the first big shot. Well, we get him back. There's always get back in this fight. Every time somebody throws, somebody answers back. These guys really do have a great chemistry. Just back and forth and back and forth. There's the big knockdown. Finally, there's a knockdown. Something decisive happens in a fight between these two. And he's not getting up. Wow. Flores just knocks him out, so he answers all those questions. But man, that was a classic. I'm sure the Viedes fans are going to let people know it. That was a classic. Viedes proved a really nice matchup there for Flores, but Flores finally gives us a decisive result. And there's handshakes and smiles all around afterwards. And Flores has improved his record to 6-0 now with a third knockout, an all-important knockout here in this heavyweight division. And here comes the headlining fight of the night, Monahan versus Valle. Let us see. This might not be the best fight, but you know what? It's the headliner. It's 6 rounds. We're going to keep it on fast. Last fight of the night. Absolutely crazy how Molinar lost his undefeated record. I kind of still can't believe that happened. Kind of nuts. Molinar lost his undefeated mark. Did not expect that at all. It's a really even first round. Really entertaining first round. Between the gentleman from Boston and the gentleman from Knoxville. Big lead taken out by Monahan here, though. Big start to the round. He's working that jab, comboing off with it. Big power punches, big shot to the head. 2 shots, big one to the body. Valle throws back. Monahan still probably won that round. He's done a lot more damage up to this point. Round 3, big round 3, important round 3. Valle steps out and starts throwing. Center of the ring, big punches. Really showing off his hand skills. Monahan steps back and starts to counter. Big, heavy shots to the head. Monahan's getting landed on here. Valle's taking a big lead. Wow, okay. That was not good. I'd say we're going to box. I'd say Monahan's going to box. We're going to jab and move. We've got more power than punch accuracy, but it probably wouldn't be smart to play on our feet. So yeah, we're going to jab and move. We're going to see if he can. Looks like Valle's hip to that game pretty much. Landing big power punches. Just chasing him around wherever he goes. Big cut over the left eye for Monahan. Big round for Valley. Oh, and it's a knockdown. Okay, Monahan gets back up. Valley comes back up and just starts punching him again. And Monahan, I don't even know what we're going to do. We could maybe use the ring and make him chase us, or we could cover up. I think covering up would be more likely to stop us from getting knocked out, but I doubt we even land a power punch in this round. We're just going to have to keep it boring and slow, and even then, he's just outlanding us. We might have to go for broke in the next round or look for KO or do something desperate. We managed to keep that round slow, but we didn't win it. Oh, we might have. Nah. Who knows? Who cares how you score that round? What a boring round. And now we're going to go for broke. We don't have a choice. I'm not impressed by how Ed Monahan has fought here. But this has been an impressive and fun fight. But Valley has pretty much dominated. Look at this. Just beating him up. This looks like it's going to be a TKO. And Monahan's probably going to get cut from the promotion for this loss. Yeah, I'm very much not impressed by that by Monahan. That was supposed to be a prove-it fight for him, and he did not prove it, so he's going to be gone. We're just going to cut him. That's a shame. So it's goodbye to Ed Monahan, and it's goodbye to this episode. We'll be back with a lot more fights next time, and a lot more fights in the future. This is just absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to really get some contenders in. I might sign some fighters if we can in the interim, because I have cut some guys. We'll give Cottrell an extension. But I might sign some fighters while we're gone and come back and introduce the new ones to you. So peace out, guys.